is a rainy day, just the way I like it. I actually live in Greater Seattle, and we're heading to Seattle. And right now we're crossing the bridge. Petit Pierre Bakery. Okay, if you say it in French, it's like Petit Pierre. So this bakery is also a cafe. So it's not just pastries to go, but you can order fresh food. There's a place to sit down and drink. I can't wait to show you what we got. In this box, we have lemon drop. It got a little dent, so goes life. Almond Croissant. Supreme Croissant. It's bigger than my hand. Whoa, that one smells so buttery. In this box, we have two stuff. Actually, the Supreme Croissant, this used to not be available daily, but this month, it's January, until the end of this month, they will be serving it daily because it's so popular. This is what viral things are made of. Look at that drippy icing. Is that fudge on the top? Whoa, it's glittery. This is gonna be a mess to bite into, isn't it? And the icing is very wet. It has not hardened. Lipstick. Buttery. And then fudge. It's chocolate. It can get messy. Oh, okay, so there is a filling inside the croissant. Ooh, look at that oozing out. On the topic of croissant, let us have almond croissant. It kind of smells when you pick it up. And here's the bottom, the butt. This croissant, it has a crunchier bits compared to the Supreme Croissant. Like these areas are quite nice and crunchy. Also not too sweet. I think this is less sweeter than the Supreme Croissant. The Supreme Croissant is sweet because of the chocolate. You see the filling inside? Up next is the lemon ricotta Danish. I love how they made an X with the lemons. It almost looks like the middle is an egg yolk. It's a little jiggly as well. Those beautiful white specks. It reminds me of hail, and those are sugar. It's gonna take a couple bites to get to the middle. The bread part of it, that is way tastier somehow for some reason than the croissants. The middle. Definitely lemony. Quite sweet. Just will wake you up. Let's take a bite of those lemon sticks. I think that's lemon rind. Sweet and tangy. As lemon is, this one's got so much personality. Very bright. Someone you definitely want to invite to a party. Next up, this is the Hazelnut Ball Swiss. It looks like arms flexing. Flexing, not this way, but this way. I have a very, very weak spot for lines in pastries. The more thin lines there are, the higher the chance I'm gonna get that pastry. Oh, smells lovely. Now this smell fills up the house, fills up anywhere. It's just cozy vibes. Smelling bread, it's like wearing a scarf in your nose. This side is the one with the flexing arms. The other side, it looks very crusty. Let's try that side. Chocolatey. There's quite a bit of stuff going on in here. It's pretty hollow on the inside. Inside this crevice, it looks like there's like bits of chocolate. I think there's a chocolate filling in there. Some filling. This one, it's a joy inside and out. We gotta get a bite of the top. Nutty. That's my alarm. I got an agenda today. We got one more thing to try, and then I gotta drive somewhere. Oh, I love how the top edges look nice and toasty, but it's not like perfectly the same tone of toastiness. You got the light golden toastiness, and then the dark brown golden toastiness. So it's like a gradient of toastiness. All right, and then we also got like golden, I think that's chocolate, those golden drops. All right, let's try it. All right, we got a golden paper thing on the bottom here. Everything is gold about this. Yellow tones. Flake shower. It's very flexible, quite soft. It will break easily. Now I know why they put this here. Lemony. It looks like a raspberry filling. At least it tastes like raspberry. It is quite sweet. I'm getting thirsty. Ooh. All right, so you might be wondering, what's my favorite? Everything is good in their own way. And I always say this, everything like also depends on your mood. If it's a special time of the month and I need something extra, more flavor and more sweet, then definitely the lemon drop. But for daily eats, the first two. Overall though, I think my favorite is the hazelnut, what's it called? Hazelnut Bon Suisse. It is the next day, Thursday. For round 2 of this tour, we are heading to Bothell, and this next bakery is kind of known for its lines. An article that was written over a year ago, they were saying people waited in line about an hour before the bakery's opening. And then a review online from about a week ago, on a Friday, they were waiting 30 minutes to get their pastries before the bakery opened. I don't know if their hours changed over time, but today the bakery opens at 10, and right now it is 10:10, so let's try our luck. Originally I was gonna come out earlier, but my brain was working a little slow this morning, so. Looks like we have some weekday luck. No line. Queuing up outside. Oh boy, I have some things to tell you. I saw no line outside and I got all excited, but then I got in and there's like 14 people ahead of me inside, and the line wraps around all this foodie goody stuff like coffee bags, salts, fancy olive oils, all kinds of yummy treats, even chocolate. So like when you're waiting in line, you don't have to be too bored. There are things to look at. One of the employees went through the line taking drink orders and gave those drinks to customers as they were ready. So I got my drink, Hojicha latte. So I got in the bakery at 10:15, got out at 10:45. It was a 30-minute mission. I have a feeling on weekends it's gonna be busier. So if the line does end up going outside and it's winter like it is right now, be sure to dress warmly. This Hojicha latte, it has charcoal roasted Japanese green tea with coconut sugar. I got a substitute milk, oat milk, lightly sweet. Definitely get those hints of roastedness. I can't wait to show you what I got. 5 items, but look at how big this box is. Cake box size. The reveal. Are you ready for this? Oops, it got squishied. It's got a little... Smells truffle-licious because of this focaccia. When I was ordering the focaccia, the cashier was asking me, which part of the focaccia would you like? Would you like an edge? Would you like an inside piece? A side piece? And I was like, I don't know, I didn't think about that. What's your favorite? And she gave me the corner piece, because then you get some of the crispy edges as well. And look at this. This one is a matcha rice tart. The cream, it just swirls. It looks kind of like a snake. And then the top of it, it reminds me of like a Zen garden. You know, like they take those rakes. So I'm probably gonna mess up my words a lot today because I woke up at 4 a.m. for no reason. Not because I need to go to the bathroom, not because of a sound, or not because my husband was snoring. I just woke up for no reason and then I just couldn't go back to sleep. So quite tired today, but still very excited because of bakery, right? Bakery stuff. But just giving you a heads up, I might mess up a lot of my words and my pronunciation. And I might get a little goofier, I don't know, who knows? Who knows when you're tired? Okay, what's next? Yeah, I'm gonna glitch a lot. I'm already glitching. All right, what's first? Everything looks so good. This is the mango raspberry PB choux. It has mango compote, PB mousse. I'm guessing PB stands for peanut butter, chocolate crispy, and raspberry. I love the look of this. It looks like there are 4 layers going on. Look at the inside. I've had this kind of bread before, and I love this kind of bread. I forget what you call it, but at like Asian bakeries, they have this. I've had it many, many times as a kid, but they took it to another level. This is an elevated pastry. It's so good. I was not expecting that filling. There's actual raspberry in the middle, like a whole raspberry. It's a pastry of surprises, really good surprises. And that icing, frosting, whatever you want to call it, is peanut butter. But it's not like a heavy, thick peanut butter taste. It's like a fluffy peanut butter. Different colors, different textures, different flavors, but it all comes together so beautifully. It's so good. And it's perfectly sweet. That's the first pastry we tried here, but I have a feeling that's gonna be my favorite one. This is that good, in my opinion. So this next one is the cinnamon Babka croissant loaf. It has cinnamon brown sugar, chocolate, cream cheese mousse. It looks stubby like a grub. And you know about my relationship with a lot of lines on pastries. and those lines are quite thin. So of course, at first glance, I was like, must try. My mouth will definitely go on a date with you. Are we gonna lock it into a full relationship? Let's find out. How do we bite into this? It's quite tall. Oh, that's good. Oh, so crunchy. These pastries, they've got a soul. When you bite into it, it cracks. Oh, those lines. Oh, wow. We have 2 fillings here, it looks like. 2 types. The white one, and then on the bottom, it's a second filling. So the filling at the bottom, that must be the cinnamon brown sugar, and the white filling is the cream cheese mousse. I feel like this is like half a pound. Wow. Wow, I cannot wait until we try the truffle focaccia. I'm thinking the truffle might coat the tongue and like affect everything else we eat. So let's try the matcha rice tart. This matcha rice tart has matcha short crust, caramel rice pudding, and matcha ganache. It looks so awesome. How do we eat this? I feel like I need a fork or something. Let's get a bite of the base first. Look at the inside. So I was thinking this whole thing is gonna be same throughout, but that actually has a filling. What's that filling? Ooh, that must be the caramel rice pudding in the inside. And there's another filling. It's like there's 2 fillings layered right on top of each other. Cause like that second filling, it's oozing out. Now that must be the matcha ganache. Now let's have a bite of the top, the crispies. It is perfectly sweet. I would say it was worth the wait. You know, when you bite into that crust, it's not like soft like an icing, but your teeth still glide through it. Oh, it's like putting your feet in a sandbox. Or at least that's the imagery I'm getting in my head. Onto the Durian Financier. Am I saying that right? So Financier, it's a French brown butter cake, but this one, it has an Asian spin to it. In parts of Asia, durian is very loved. When I was in Thailand, you would smell durian from far away. It could be like 1 or 2 blocks away. It's like so strong. There are different types of durian. Durian, it's something I try to like. I've had desserts with durian in it before in Singapore. Even the little bit of amount of durian they use, it just... like, you don't need much durian to feel the durian. And speaking of Singapore, it turns out the co-owners are a Singaporean chef and a Washington native. And the owners of this bakery, this patisserie, also ran Susu Dessert Bar in Seattle's Chinatown. This might look plain and simple, but I can assure you, if it has durian in it, it's gonna be powerful. Oh yeah, definitely feel the durian. Oh, it's quite nice though, because the durian dessert I had in Singapore before, it was like so powerfully durian, it felt like I was eating the actual durian. But this one, the bread itself is also quite nice. Oh, wait a second, there is a filling in there. That's where the power is gonna be, huh? That's gonna be the 6-pack abs of this pastry. I definitely cannot eat this all in one go though. On to the focaccia. Wow, it looks so oily and delicious. Look at that. This might get a little messy. Oh yeah, this might drip oil when you bite into it. We're gonna have to eat over this box. Oh, the truffle. Wow, and is that honey? There's a sweetness in it as well. Wow. This flavor is more powerful than the Durian Financier, which I'm surprised because I thought the power would be switched. While I was taking a bite of that and took a breath, I was just hypnotized by that truffle. There's a sourness too, and it's chewy. And then parts of it is soaked in that like sweet sauce. Is it sweet sauce or is it the oil? Whatever it is, it's soaked in there, on the outside at least. The inside is plain, but the outside is soaked in goodness. I feel some herbs in that as well. Holy matcha moly. Everything was delicious. It's almost like you can't go wrong with whatever you choose. But also, at the same time, depending on, you know, like your personal flavor palette, there's gonna be like the perfect match for you. It's hard to choose which one's my favorite. Tomorrow we're gonna join forces with Mommy O. Happy Friday! I mean, I'm gonna be working this weekend, but the feeling of Friday is in the air. And I just love hearing about other people's plans, their weekend plans. whether it's their Friday plans, Saturday plans, Sunday plans, anything to do with the weekend. I love hearing what other people are up to. I get secondhand excitement from them. This morning, well, it's almost 12 p.m. We're gonna check out a bakery that I've heard time and time again. I've heard it on my own somehow. And then when I told Mommy Yo, like, we're gonna do bakery tours, Mommy Yo was like, oh, what about Farine? Please, Farine. So somehow she knows about it too. I've never been, I've been wanting to. And today, we're making it happen. Picked up the goodies, and now we're gonna head over to Mommy O's. So this is a bakery and cafe. They're seating indoor and outdoor. And right now, it's not like overly busy. I was the second person in line and it went by really quick. But inside, I think all the seats were filled up. Mommy O! Tell us about your pajamas.
Oh, my pajama is older than you. My mom bought this 40 years ago.
I will also get my pajamas. Jajan! Hey, our color scheme matches. Very lively. Last time we were out in the living room, so today we're like, let's change things up. And sitting in this bed, I just want to sleep now. I just want to take a nap. Because we don't get a lot of natural light in this room, check this out. We have 3 suns. Check it out. Woohoo! Party! It's Friday, so many options, and then we have this one here as well. Let's just go from top to bottom. This one is a crème brûlée Cruffin. I don't know why, but I have this tendency to keep saying things the French way, and actually this bakery is called Farine, but Farine is actually a French word that means flour, and in French it's farine. Farine. My hair looks better on this side, I think.
그러면 이렇게 하고 찍어.
Film like this?
Yeah. I think this side is better for me.
So we're gonna talk like this. Hi, hello, darlings! It almost looks like an egg on the top. I think it's sugar that just dripped in the oven and it just got frozen in time. Cruffin is a hybrid of croissant and muffin. Cheers! I love that filling. The outside reminds me of a plain old donut because it's like sugary. There's a white sugar on the outside. Crème brûlée. The inside, not the filling, but like the bread part, it is so lovely and it's a little moist. Next up, the scone. It's a apricot white chocolate scone. I've never had that combo as a scone before, so that is fun. There is a brightness to that flavor, almost as bright as Mommy O's pajamas.
Textures like cookie.
Where's the nuttiness coming from?
Maybe almond flour, Mina?
I'm guessing these two will be the sweetest, so let's go with the Almond Croissant next. It is a snowy day on Mount Almond Croissant. Almond Croissant, this is something we've had many times before. It's always a joy to have this. I've yet to come across an Almond Croissant that I don't like. I find that Almond Croissant tends to be very likable. So far, out of the 3, the first 2 are more unique. Mommy O was saying to me in Korean that she loves this almond paste. You can't tell where the filling ends. It kind of like blends in with that interior. So it's like a camouflaging thing. It's almost like a gradient instead of like a solid line between the rest of the body and the filling. It's more like they're holding hands. It's like a weaving, you know? It's like going like this.
Yeah.
Right? This next one is the Hazelnut Milk Chocolate Tart. And you see those actual pieces of hazelnut on there? It kind of looks like Hershey's Kiss, right? Except like light brown. Because you see those like little spiky tips on the top. Here's what it looks like in the middle. This one is the least sweetest of everything we tried, I feel like. This one is the dark chocolate tart. So glossy.
I think they are cocoa nibs.
Is that your favorite of everything we had? Can you describe? Why do you love it so much?
Because it's sweet but bitter, and the chocolate part is so creamy. And the bread part so crunch.
Ooh, I love that crust.
It is not just a crunch, it is a chewy crunch. but it's not sweet. This bread part.
This pastry feels the most sophisticated of every other one we tried. It's also quite sweet, but also it's like so different than everything else we tried so far. Something about it feels regal too. Now we do have the lemon meringue tart, but shall we switch it up and do something savory real quick? This one is the sauteed mushroom Fontina quiche. Kind of looks like a very tall pizza with a fancy crust.
So salty.
Oh really? I guess it's a nice change of pace because we'll be having like a lot of sweet stuff.
And cheesy.
It's cold right now, so definitely will be more enjoyable if it's warmed up. Take a look at this lemon meringue tart. That toastiness looks so welcoming.
Sponge.
How do you feel about it?
Very lemony.
I love the feeling of my lip going through that meringue. That it is quite lemony for sure. Most, if not all of the lemon pastries we've been having, they make you quite thirsty, at least for me. It's a fun flavor. There's always a brightness to things with lemon in it. Mama Yo is gonna share her rankings.
Number 1, number 2,
The scone,
number 3,
the meringue tart,
number last.
number last of the quiche. For me, I do love that dark chocolate tart, but I also love the Cruffin, the creme brulee Cruffin. And I love that filling part. But in terms of texture, this meringue, the texture with the lips. And the texture of the crust of the dark chocolate tart. And the almond croissant is very likable. It's just not like super unique because you see that in a lot of bakeries, but it is still tasty. What's next? I think that's the end of the... Bye! Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Toodles, my noodles. I just cut a bunch of pastries and gave them to my husband and sister-in-law. And take a look at this one, the inside. The top half is hollow, but the bottom part is pretty dense. The Supreme Croissant, look at that middle. It's almost like, I don't know why it reminds me of a panini from that side. You could cut it up like a pie and share it with people. Okay, there's a couple things I want to say. Okay, I took some notes. So this bakery, they have 2 locations in Seattle. It's a family-owned French bakery, and all their items are prepped and baked in-house daily using the finest French imported ingredients while keeping with the seasonality of the Pacific Northwest. And originally we were gonna go to the other location, but the traffic time was longer to get there. So just last minute, I decided, let's go here. Hope you enjoyed this bakery tour. For more outtakes and bonus footage from this video, check out the exclusive vlog number 11 on Patreon. In my pockets of free time, I paint and do all kinds of arts and crafts. For more artsy-fartsy updates, follow my arts and crafts Instagram @CreativeChillout. For updates on food, travel, and life, my main Instagram is Miss Mina O. See you in the next video.